This video is going to be talking about sex and things of a sexual nature, so if you are very, very young, I don't think this video is for you. I won't be talking about anything in a vulgar way, but this video is about sex. I would also ask that if you are going to discuss sex in the comments, that you are not vulgar and you are respectful to everybody else, and we keep it friendly and nice. Great, you have had your firm talking to from me. Also, before I even start talking about sex, I just want to be very clear that this is aimed at people who are over the legal age in their country to be involving themselves in sex, and also this only applies to consenting adult sex. If you are not consenting to it, or you in some way you don't want to do it, or you have consented, then you change your mind, don't want to do it anymore, then you don't have to do that. And this really is just for, sex that you are happy and comfortable with with someone that you're happy and comfortable with. Just to be very clear. If you have been around a while, you will know that something I'm really passionate about is body confidence. I love to talk about it, and I love for other women to feel confident in their body. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like a 7 or 8 of body confidence, which I think is pretty good. I've been like a 2 of body confidence a long while ago, so I think that's a good thing. And I think body confidence is a scale that you ebb and flow on throughout different times of your life, even throughout different times of the year or the month or the week or perhaps even the day. I don't think body confidence is like a fixed thing that you stay at. If you do, and you're like at the top of the scale, you're at 10, then that's fantastic. But I think a lot of us move around on it. And also, I think that body confidence is different for different areas of your life. So often, I'm just consulting my notes here, often when I talk about body confidence, I talk about it in a really generalised sense. So just loving your body, going to work, going to social events, that kind of thing. But today I thought we would delve a little deeper, no pun intended, and talk about body confidence around sex, because sex is a very vulnerable a thing to be involved in. I just realised if any of my family are watching this, I'm going to talk about my own sex life, so stop, please, watching. I know my stepmom watches these, so Tina, stop looking. And if you're watching while Dad's in the room, for God's sakes, turn the computer off, yeah? Okay, sex is a vulnerable thing, just like making this video is, because you're naked and there's your body. Your body is out there and someone else is there to see it, and that can be quite vulnerable. I haven't ever seen any of my friends having sex. That sounds like a weird thing to say, but bear with me. I've never watched or seen any of my friends or anyone I know making sweet, sweet love to each other, and frankly, I'm pretty pleased about that. But I have seen porn. So the first thing you have to consider is that it's easy to assume that the standard for sex is what you see on the TV in films where they have a sex scene with often incredibly beautiful actors and actresses, or porn where you see, I'm going to say the term perfect bodies, but I don't think they are perfect bodies. I don't think there is a perfect body, but a type of body that to me right now is unobtainable. I don't think I need to describe them in detail. I think if you're an adult, you know the kind of thing I'm talking about. So let's bear in mind that the first thing we need to do when we think about being body confident around sex is to take porn out of your mind, because very few people actually look like that. I don't wish this on anyone, but if you had seen all your friends or your neighbours having sex, I think that you would realise that it looks exactly like you. Sex in porn is very sterile and slender, tanned everywhere. Who tans everywhere? I just tan the bits where my dresses show. So from upper thigh to here, I'm not tanned. I am not. There's not a single hair on a woman from the eyebrows down in those videos, or DVD, what are they? Porn's not videos anymore. And that's not how women look all the time. Obviously, you can nip to the salon 5 miles away from your house and have that cruel lady rip all the hair out between your legs whilst you cry in the car on the way home because it stings and you're bleeding a little bit. That's just me. Then it grows back You don't look like a Barbie doll all the time. And if you saw other people that are the same as you having sex, the first thing you would do would be like, oh, yeah, her stomach is a bit wobbly and he has got a hairy bum and she's making a funny face and he sounds a bit grunty, and you would be like, oh, that's the same as me and I probably don't need to feel so worried. So that's the first thing you should do. But I have felt insecure and nervous about my body during sex, and now I don't. So I thought that I would give you 4 little ways that I changed that, and they're all really easy to do. They're all like a mind change. So we will go through them. I should also just mention, when I say, I feel confident, don't put me on any kind of pedestal. I don't get naked and go like, look at me, boys, da, 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 look so great. No, but I don't worry about taking my clothes off. I guess I could say I'm sexually body comfortable instead of body confident. I think they're similar things. Like, let's all just be comfortable and then we'll work on being super confident. So number 1 is, don't overthink your partner's reactions. In this video, I'm going to talk about male partners because I like men, but whatever you're interested in, just swap it to that in your mind. If your partner isn't taking your clothes off, or the minute you take your clothes off and going, oh, God, oh, I can't, you look hideous. Or if they're not doing that, they're not thinking that. Generally speaking, if someone is taking your clothes off and has got you into a situation where you're about to, like, you know, rub each other's bodies in a sexual fashion, they want to be there with you. They want you. And also, clothes are not the invisibility cloak. So if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt and you're a size 18, that guy is not looking at you thinking, I bet she's like a size 6 when I take her clothes off. He knows. They've got eyes. They can tell these things. Don't worry about it. Just, it's easy to be like, wonder what he's thinking about me, wonder what he's thinking about me. He's just thinking, this is great. I'm really happy. So don't overthink your partner's reactions in negatively. Only overthink them positively. He's probably thinking really good things about you. Tip number 2 is confine your mind to be in that moment. So a thing that I worry about, or have worried about, I guess, is my stomach. It's jibbly and big, and I don't feel like it's overly proportioned to my body. I feel like it sticks out. These are all things in my mind, by the way. I'm sure it is proportioned. It doesn't really stick out that much. But I've had a baby and it's jibbly, and it's not even the baby's fault because it was a bit jibbly beforehand. It's like poking a sandwich bag of water, and it's just like, so sexy. So in the moment sometimes, if they like run their hand on it, I'm like, oh my God, they're feeling my sandwich bag of water. What can I do about it now? In that moment, that's what I remind myself. There's nothing I can do about it in that moment. I can't go to the gym for like a year and completely tone up my jelly belly, can I? No, because there's a beautiful naked man on top of me. So instead of worrying about, oh, I really should eat less giant family-sized bars of Mint Aero and I really should be going to the gym, all I need to think about is I really should just enjoy this. And if you're uncomfortable with someone touching you in certain places, you can just say that. But we will get onto that very shortly. The next one, number 3, is fake it till you make it. And that is not a pun about faking orgasms, by the way. Sometimes the best thing to do is smile and pretend like you feel great. That works in all walks of life. If you walk with your head high, feeling confident, people will look at you and think, wow, she's really confident. Even if on the inside you feel a bit worried and not confident, if you're walking like you're confident and then people are reacting to you as if you're confident, you will start to feel confident because you're like, oh, okay, yeah, great. It's the same for sex. If you go in there like, I'm confident, I want to do this, I'm happy to do this, then that's going to shine through. I've got a little quote here. I asked a few of my friends, guy friends, what they thought about this topic, and someone says, it's obvious when a woman feels great. You know, fake it till you make it. So my last tip 4, I'm rubbish at doing this. In every video I'm like, my last tip, I don't know what number I'm on. Props, angles, and positions. If you are feeling a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit self-doubty, sometimes all the other things aren't going to fully work for you. If you feel really like, okay, I'm going to apply this to myself and my tummy, I feel very comfortable. I feel like I can, even if I'm having a wobble, I can fake it till I make it, but like I feel okay. Or I can think there's nothing I can do about it now, or I don't worry about what they're thinking because I know it's going to be good things. But even then, I might still worry about my stomach, for example. So, and I'm going to talk about sexual positions now. If I'm having a missionary style sex, so I'm on my back, I don't worry about my stomach because it goes flat. If I'm on top, so I'm like sat up and then he's laying down, so like he's like this and I'm like this and he can see me from like this angle, I have worried about my stomach before because I think, oh, it looks disgusting from the way he can see it. I really like that position of sex though. This is so weird to be telling people I don't know the things I like in my most private moments. And so something I have done before when I was like getting used to a new partner or feeling a bit worried is you can make that work for you in different ways. So first one, you could turn lights off so they can't see, or light candles or fairy lights so it's a bit like duller lighting. If you were really feeling wild, you could maybe blindfold them or something like that. I really hope that my dad is not watching this, or my stepmom. Or something that I have definitely done, and we'll not talk about whether I've done the other things, is the first time I slept with one of my partners. I won't say which one or anything because I just want to keep everyone's identities to themselves. Is I was wearing a shirt anyway. I was wearing one of his shirts. I felt very like the girl from that Thierry Henry advert, the Va Va Voom advert. I was like, yeah, I look great. And then I just kept the shirt on and we did sex that way and he couldn't see my tummy, so I wasn't worried about it. And so because I wasn't worried, I had no inhibitions and I just like went for it and we had great sex. I really enjoyed it. And then after that, I was like, I love that so much that I'm not going to worry about my stomach in that, because the sexiest thing to a man is you being confident. And I've been told, and I believe it, that the sexiest thing to a guy is for him to see you really enjoying yourself. So after that time with the shirt on, I just didn't bother with the shirt because I was like, I'm just really enjoying myself. And he was happy to see me enjoying myself because they want you to have a nice time. And also they feel great because they're like, yeah, I'm making all this pleasure happen. So ease yourself in and maybe go for like props like a shirt, or turn the lights down, or get a bit, risque and do other things. But obviously make sure that they want to. But there's lots of little things you can do. Mirrors as well. You've seen my bedroom. I've got a wall of mirrors. There's ways that I don't want to be looked at in those mirrors and ways that I'm comfortable with. So just, think about those kinds of things. That was a lot of stuff to say to you on the internet. So, all in the name of research, I asked a lot of my guy friends what they thought on this topic and what's sexy to them and what they think of women's bodies and yada yada. So I have a few little quotes that I wanted to read out to you. So the first one I've already mentioned is, it's obvious when a woman feels great. The next one is, it's all about connection, which I fully understand because for me, and this is something we've touched on in a video I made with Katie a while back, sex is not just raw physical pleasure, which is a big thing to it, but it's also about that emotional connection with someone. And you can have okay sex, which is just one night stand and is just sex, nothing else. But I think sex is so much better when you are emotionally connected to that person. And I've had a lot of guys that when I've been asking people say the same thing to me. So bear that in mind. It's not all about, do you look like an absolute Barbie doll? No, it's not. It's about so much more. Okay, so one guy said this to me: main thing that attracts me is confidence and playfulness. Different aesthetics suit different girls, but if you have a good rapport with a person, that creates immediate chemistry in the bedroom. So that's basically saying it's not all about how you look, it's about enjoying it and being playful and having that connection and creating that buzz a different way. Confidence is the most sexy thing, taking control of you and what you've got. Being uncomfortable in a sexy situation isn't good for either person. This goes for men and women. And that's true. I've had experiences where someone said, I'm really insecure about such and such on my body, and I've instantly thought like, oh, well now I'm thinking about it. And also, in an odd way, when this guy said this to me, it was about a part of his body that I really, really liked. And I was like, I think this is beautiful and great and I really enjoy it. I think it's wonderful. And then when he said that he didn't like it, it made me feel a bit silly for liking it. It made me think, oh, is that not a thing that I should be liking? Am I wrong? Have I done something silly here, if I misjudged it. So it made me doubt myself. So don't do that to your partner if you can help it. Don't give them something to think about like that, because like we said in the don't overthink their reactions, when I take my clothes off in front of a man, I don't think, well, I would hope, that the first thing he thinks is, oh, your tummy's a bit jibbly. In fact, I've had men say that they like it. It's soft, it's rounded, it's comforting, it's nice. So if I were to say to them, oh, it's horrible, it's not very nice. It'd be like going to a restaurant and you are both having the same meal and you try yours and go, this is so delicious, I love it so much. And then the person you're with goes, oh, it's disgusting. What are you talking about? How can you possibly like that? Like, that doesn't feel nice, does it? This is the tough love portion of the video. If you've enjoyed the loving embrace of what it's been so far, buckle yourselves in, guys and gals. You are not sexy to every man or woman in the world. That's just not how it works. I'm not attracted to every man in the world. I'm attracted to a certain type of man, or certain features, or certain personalities, or certain traits. And you will not be attractive to every person. You can rest assured, probably, that if they are trying to make some sexy time with you, then they are attracted to you. But sometimes people just won't be into you, and that's quite all right. That's their prerogative. It doesn't make you any less beautiful or any less of anything. It's just, horses for courses. You are not instantly going to feel 1,000,000% body confident after watching this video. It's a work in progress. All forms of body confidence are a work in progress for your whole life, because like we said earlier, it ebbs and flows. So if you watch this and then make any progress, like a little step forward, then congratulate yourself, because that's really important and to be celebrated. And this one is probably the hardest one to tell you, because I feel like it's almost a bit mean, but I also, in my opinion, think it's true. Don't forget, all of this is just my opinion. It's not hard and fast fact. It's not your partner's responsibility to make you feel good about yourself. It is your partner's responsibility to respect you and care about you and treat you nicely. And it's, the etiquette and courteous and wonderful of them to say wonderful things to you and make you feel nice. But you are your own person, and all of these things are for you to do. Nobody has to do these for you. Nobody owes to do it for you. And these are things that you should enjoy to do yourself. So just bear that in mind. I think often it's easy to feel like you want to be rescued. I've felt like that in different situations. Like, there's been times of my life when I've been single, I thought, I just want a man to come and solve all my problems. That's not how it works. And it's the same for body confidence. That's definitely talking about it and opening up are big issues. I think it's really important to talk to your sexual partner about what you like, and you can touch on what you don't like, as long as you're not, really beating them down with like, it's disgusting, it's horrible. But I have said, I'm a little bit self-conscious about my tummy, so I'd prefer if we moved your hands somewhere else, for example. But work on it yourself. This is your gig. You've got this. Bodies are not perfect. A perfect body does not exist. We made up this concept of perfect bodies, so wouldn't you say it's possible for us to unmake this concept of perfect bodies and just accept that bodies are bodies and we're just flesh and blood, we're just animals. All animals look different, but we don't go, oh, that's a perfect animal, that's not a perfect animal. And one day we'll just die and then we won't have our bodies anymore. So, don't worry about your imperfections. They're not even imperfections, they're just bits of your body, and your body is to be enjoyed. So, in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Please be respectful. Please don't be vulgar and use profanities. Just, be responsible and mature about it, and also respect and show kindness and love to one another if you are going to be responding and such. Otherwise, I'll have to put them on approval and blah, blah, blah. So let's all be cool. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that none of my family are watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, the little fly.